Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Welcome to today's forum discussion that dress to kill how fast fashion is destroying marine life and kill us. My name is Miss Wani Humaira and I will be your moderator for this session. Today we will explore whether fast fashion is truly a magic factor in harming marine life and human well-being. We have four panelists with us. Two of them will agree with this statement while the other two will present opposing views. Without further ado, let's begin with our first panelist.
Thank you, Ani. I'm Wafa, and I'm the first panelist for today. So from my viewpoint, I do agree that fast fashion is harming the aquatic creatures. Let me briefly explain what fast fashion is. So according to the internet, fast fashion refers to the low-cost, high-volume production of garment, and the term was first used by Zara in the 1990s when they revealed their mission to reduce their design-to-sale pipeline to just 15 days. Although fast fashion serves as an affordable option for us, it is not sustainable in the long run as it causes mass pollution in the ocean. According to an article released by the United Nations in 2025, fast fashion industry is the second, fashion industry is the second most pollution producing industry, contributing to 20% of all global wastewater and 9% of the microplastic flowing into the ocean. Microplastics are often indigestible, so when it is consumed by aquatic creatures, it can accumulate and cause blockage of their digestive tract. Moreover, the microplastic produced by factories are often laced with toxic chemicals which can disrupt and alter the animal's natural metabolic function. Now you may question why is this important to us? Well, we humans often forget that we are part of the ecosystem and not separated from it. The plastic we dump into the ocean doesn't miraculously disappear. It gets ingested by fish and humans eat those same fish. So every bite of contaminated seafood means that microplastic is entering our own body along with the toxic chemical attached to them. To bring this together, I stand firm on the fact that fast fashion is harming the aquatic creatures and soon we will bear the consequences. What goes around comes around, and thank you, that's all from me.
Alright, thank you for that insightful explanation. Now let's hear from panel 2 who will also support the idea that fast fashion plays a major role in harming marine life. You may begin now.
Thank you. So I am panel 2, Dia, and I agree with panel 1. I also think that one of the major way it affects the ocean is through carbon emissions. The fashion industry is responsible for 8% of carbon emission according to United Nations Environment 2019. The fashion industry produces a large percentage of global carbon emission due to activities like manufacturing, transportation, and the constant production of new clothing. These emissions contribute directly to climate change. As global temperature rise, our ocean absorbs a lot of excess heat. This leads to to ocean warming, which harms marine ecosystem. For example, warmer water can cause coral bleaching, where coral reefs lose their color and struggle to survive. Since coral reefs support a large portion of marine life, this creates a ripple effect throughout the entire ocean ecosystem. In addition, increased carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere leads to ocean acidification. This means the ocean becomes more acidic, making it difficult for marine organisms like shellfish and corals to build their shells and skeletons. Over time, this threatens biodiversity and disrupt the balance of marine life. The fast fashion make this problem worse because clothes are produced quickly and in large quantities, so more energy is used, more emissions are released, and more waste is created. This constant cycle increases the industry carbon footprint and accelerates damage to the ocean. To conclude, the fashion industry carbon emission play a major role in harming the ocean by driving climate change, warming water, and increasing ocean acidity. Understanding this impact is important because it shows how something as simple as clothing can have serious consequences for our planet. That's all from me. Thank you.
Alright, now we have heard the the agreement the agrees from the now let's a different perspective. I would like to invite panel 3 to present an opposing view on this issue. Can you begin now?
Thank you, moderator. I am Iza Marsha, the third panelist for today. Now, I understand and acknowledge that fast fashion contributes to marine pollution, especially through microplastic and textile waste. However, I stand firm that overfishing is the main and most critical factor destroying marine life today. First, we need to look at the nature of impact. Fast fashion mainly affects the ocean indirectly through pollution. But overfishing causes direct and immediate loss of marine life. Fish, sharks, and other species are removed from the ocean faster than they can reproduce. This leads to population collapse, not just damage. So, the key difference here is simple. Fast fishing harms habitat, but overfishing eliminates the organism themselves. Secondly, overfishing disrupts the entire marine ecosystem. When one species is overfished, it creates a chain reaction. Predators lose their food source while prey populations become uncontrolled. For example, removing large predators like sharks can cause smaller species to overpopulate, which then damage coral reef and other habitats. So, while fast fishing pollutes ecosystem, overfishing actually breaks the balance of the ecosystem itself. Now, I want to respond to the common argument that microplastic from fast fashion are the biggest threat. Yes, microplastics are dangerous, but they affect marine life gradually. Overfishing, on the other hand, causes instant death and removal of species. A polluted ocean can still support life to some extent, but an ocean with no fish cannot sustain any ecosystem at all. To conclude, fast fashion undeniably contributes to ocean pollution and long-term environmental harm, but overfishing causes direct, immediate, and large-scale loss of marine life. So, if we are prioritizing the biggest threat, the answer is clear. Overfishing is the primary cause of marine destruction. So, that is all from me.
Thank you for the interesting argument. Finally, let's hear from panel 4, who will also present a differing opinion on this topic.
Thank you, moderator. I am Pedro for Adam Arsuki, and I would like to talk about the fast fashion. The fast fashion is not the destroyer as the title suggests, but rather it is a complex industry that can be part of marine and human protection when the responsibility managed well. While critics blame fast fashion for microplastic pollution and water contamination, they often ignore the innovations and systematic changes already underway. First, the sector is rapidly investing in sustainable materials and circular style practices. Brands such as H&M and Zara have launched eco lines using recycled polyester and organic cottons. And some designers now use biodegradable fabrics and carbon neutral production methods. This helps reducing the pressure on the oceans over time. Second, washing and waste policies are evolving. Filters that trap microfibers, better wastewater treatment, and consumer education campaigns all help lower the amount of synthetic fiber from entering marine ecosystem. Third, fast fashion has powerful social and economic benefits that cannot be lightly dismissed. It offers affordable clothing to low-income households, support employment in developing countries, and accelerate the spread of both style and sustainability awareness. Finally, international bodies such as the United Nations and the World Economic Forum are pushing binding sustainability standard. This means the industry is shifting towards regulation rather than unchecked destruction. For this reason, the alarmist claim in Dress to Kill is too one-sided. Fashion is not inevitably destroying marine life and us, but instead sits at the crossroads where responsible redesign can turn in into a more sustainable force. Thank you.
Alright, thank you for that opinion. Now we have heard a range of perspectives today, some highlighting the damaging effects of fast fashion on marine ecosystem and others emphasizing alternative factors such as overfishing. This discussion shows that environmental issues are complex and require us to look at multiple contributing factors. Thank you to all panelists for your valuable insights, and thank you to the audience for your attention. That's all for today's session, and thank you.